Hello, this is Mr. Kemper, and I'm going to give you a quick introduction to Blackboard, as well as let you know what I'm expecting regarding the discussions that we have each week. So, hopefully by now you've logged into your Blackboard account. If you haven't, please do as soon as possible. This is my home screen, my own computer, or my office computer, and that's my son. A lot of people want to see what I look like, and I'm not that cute or good looking. However, my son, he's pretty cute. His name's Rylan. Pretty smart little kid. That's him at 4 months. Okay, enough with that. Here is Blackboard, and mine's going to look a little bit different than the student account, but for the most part, it should be pretty similar. Once you log into Blackboard and you go to your course, if you need help with that, you can contact me and I can show you how to do that. But essentially, you just click on your course tab at the top of Blackboard. You will see a few things, and I want to go through each one of these and how you will be using them in our class. First is just my instructor. That just gives you information about me, some background information, the syllabus, and then this is something you're going to want to print off, save on your computer. It's PDF, and you should be able to save it to your iPhone and iBooks, Dropbox, any smartphone, tablet, computer, etc. Also print off hard copies if you want. Read it a few times if you want. For me, I probably wouldn't read it that much. But the important things that you need to pay attention to would be the grading scheme as well as the tentative schedule. So if you open up your syllabus, you click on that link, you'll see some information that's obligatory, not necessarily bad information to know, but you really won't need it that much. My email address, etc., the book information. Here's what I'm talking about, the tentative schedule. So you go to that on the syllabus. That will give you a good idea of how we are going to approach this class and what we're going to study. Very important, pay attention to the discussions and when they will be. We don't have a discussion every single week because sometimes we have spring break or we have an exam, etc., etc. And because of that, you won't always have a discussion due. The easiest thing, though, is once you go into your Blackboard and you go over to your sidebar and you see the various links, you click discussions, it'll take you to the discussions that are open. And right now, discussion 1 is open. So here's a good place for me to say, what am I expecting from discussions? Well, I have a ton of students, literally hundreds of students. I still have 89 introductions to read, plus discussions actually, so if you minus out the discussion ones, probably 40-ish introductions to read. I've already read about 300 of you all's introductions, and I like reading those, and I will read every single discussion. However, I can't comment, and because of that, I try not to comment very much. What am I looking, though, for in the discussions? That's pretty vital. You want to know that, right? You want to make a good grade. So in the weekly discussions, first of all, I want you to really critically think the discussion. For instance, this one says, what are the opportunity costs associated with college? Make it personal. Say what would be the ones for yourself. The second part of that discussion says, how does a more educated workforce benefit the economy as a whole? Tell me how we can see more economic growth maybe by this. Here's a hint, human capital, etc., productivity, things like that. And as we go along, what I'm looking for is that you'll use a lot of the terminology and concepts and be able to conceptualize your thoughts. Now, here is what I really don't want. After you make your first post, you are required to get full credit to make 2 other comments. I really don't want a lot of people making one first post and then from then on going and commenting and saying, hey, good job, awesome, OMG, I said the same thing, etc., etc. What I want is a dynamic, vibrant conversation in which you might say something or ask someone else something, and you get a conversation moving forward. That's what I'm really looking for. Now, I am going to read all of these, and I'm going to grade them based on that information. And sometimes they'll slip by, and you'll just make your platitude statement. And a platitude statement is like if we're walking down the hall and you see me, you say, "Hi, Mr. Kemper, I like your tie." Really? Did you like my tie? Maybe not. You just wanted to say something nice. Or, "How are you?" "I'm good. How are you?" "Good." That's platitude statements. What I'm looking for is more concrete statements, the deeper statements. You put a little thought behind it. I want you to discuss with one another. Now, I'm not looking for a long debate or anything like that. Remember, you only have to comment twice, so it's not that much. But maybe you might even ask someone, "Hey, I didn't really understand this concept. Can anybody help me out with that?" Or, "Hey, I didn't understand this and you did a great job explaining it," etc., etc. That's more useful or beneficial than, "Hey, nice comment," or something like that. We're in college. We can get past the positive analysis. It's not economic analysis. Positive statements that are just happy statements. We can actually do positive statements that are critical, right? All that being said, that's how I'm going to grade the discussions. You have to post once your big post, and then after you do that, you have to comment at least twice. It doesn't have to necessarily be on other posts. You can comment twice on your own, but I don't know why you'd want to comment twice on your own only. It'll vary, but make sure you keep the conversation going forward. If you have any questions, feel free to email me on that. Also, if you have problems and you want me to help you with it and understand the concepts, email me directly. Don't use the discussion board to call me out. Don't say, "Mr. Kemper, help us out with this." Ask your fellow classmates in the discussion board. That makes sense. But because I'm not going to grade them until they're all done, for the most part, it wouldn't be beneficial for you if you're struggling to ask that and then wait the rest of the week and not post. So if you really do have some hang-ups on the particular discussion, just send me an email and I'll do my best to explain it. All right. Now let's go back over here to our sidebar. We have announcements. I'm going to post those throughout the course. They'll let you know kind of what we're learning, where we stand, things coming up. You see I've got a few posted. By the way, the Broncos made the Super Bowl. That's awesome. You better hope they win the Super Bowl because I'll be a little bit less strict. Actually, not strict at all when grading that week. If they lose the Super Bowl, you better hope I don't grade at all. Let's just put it that way. All right, announcements. Then we have our PowerPoints. I posted them all up at one time. I know a lot of professors that try to do it as you go. Guess what? This is an online class. You want to study ahead? Go for it. I don't care. You have 3 exams in this course. They don't open up until the dates that are listed on the syllabus, but if you want to study and try to get as much human capital as possible ahead of time, do it. The online courses are conducive for you to go at your own pace, and if you are able to go at a blazing pace, the information's all out there for you. Next are exams, and you'll see in each exam I have a study guide listed for you. I also put all 3 of those out there right now. Now, there might be a few things I add later on, and I'll email you as we get close to the test that, hey, I've updated the study guide with this or that. But for the most part, they're going to be concrete. I'll give you a heads up. It's not really rocket science. What I'm going to put mainly are the vocabulary terms I chose and I put on the PowerPoint slides, and I chose and put in my video lectures. Those are the vocabulary words that I'm looking for. Not every single thing in the book, but use the book to conceptualize them, to study them, to understand them. There's going to be a little bit of math in each one of the exams. I will give you the formulas that you need for them. They're not too difficult. Call basic algebra for the most part. So I have all 3 study guides up there for you to study. I'm not going to take them down ever. The final exam is optional. It's cumulative, so if you want to go back and study them for the final, you have them as well. This is also the folder, the link where it says exams, in which you will see the exams posted. They will be posted for a whole week, and you will have, I'm not sure, I think it's 90 minutes maybe to take the exam. I'll verify on that, but they're all multiple choice, true, false. They're pretty self-explanatory. Hopefully you don't get hung up on them. I don't try to word them in a way that's really confusing. There's no point in that. But here's a heads up too. If you don't study beforehand, it will be confusing. You're just trying to look in all your notes. The questions are randomized, so it's not going to be like, hey, I can just look at the very first thing in my notes and then the second thing and the third thing. You're actually going to have to study some. Help, that's just for Blackboard information. I never have used it, but I'm sure it's got plenty of information out there for you. It's run by Blackboard, the company, so who knows what's in there. There's probably some really good things. We also have an IT help desk as well at South Plains College that you can utilize. My grades, this is where you'll find your grades. I try to put them in as soon as I possibly can. Now, I do have an infant son, so it's not as easy to get grades in minutes after things have posted, but I try to get them within a day or two after discussions and exams. If for whatever reason you've gone a week without any grades and you think you should have them, email me. I am always on my email connected because it's on my smartphone. Video lectures. This is something new that I've implemented. Now, if you're in my micro class, I don't have all the video lectures up yet because I haven't recorded them all. I'm going to be doing them each week. But in my macro class, I do have all the videos up. I also have sent you a link to my website, plainecon.com, plainecon.com. It's got a video library there with every single video. I will say that I'm getting better with the recording. It's not the best software, but it's not the worst. We are education, so it's not going to be music video quality, but it's getting better, and I will continually, hopefully, improve on that. I do recommend watching them, and some people have said, do I have to watch it the whole way through? Can I fast forward? I don't know. I honestly don't care at all what you do. You can watch it over and over. You can fast forward. You can download it. You can not watch it. That's all you're doing. These are just out there for you. I won't know either way. Let's just put it that way. That should be everything you need to know. Obviously, you're not going to see this information. That's only for instructors. I think that's it. If you have any questions, you can email me at jkempers@southplainscollege.edu, or you can hit me up on Twitter. My handle is @Mr. Kemper.